I ran the streets since I was young.
Streets killed me.
The Daily Podcast. Podcast.
What up, everyone? How are you today? Hope you're doing awesome. I'm doing awesome. Productive day. Clean the house. Went and got a motherfucking haircut. So your boy is looking fresh to death. A little bit of a different style. You know, I still go with that low fade, but, you know, got a little bit more off the top. Looking extra sexy, you know. But then after I went shopping for a little bit downtown, and I got this thing from, I'm sure you are all familiar with the company Corksicle. And usually you see like they have the, what are they called? Things you put your beer in, your wine in, things that keep them cold. Like a koozie? No, not a, is it a koozie? Anyways, Corksicle, you probably already know what I'm talking about. But I saw this the other week, and I definitely knew I wanted it. And then today I was like, you know what? I got paid on Friday. I already got the haircut. I'm feeling good. You know, I'm going to go buy this thing. It was only $13, but it's built like a tank. I mean, it feels kind of like it's metal. It could be metal, but basically, I mean, y'all know I love my beers, and I'm kind of impartial whether it's cans or bottles, but they have this bottle opener, and I think I have the box right here. Yeah. Corksicle Decapitator. The coolest bottle opener ever. It's pretty sick. By the way, not an ad. It would be sick if it was an ad for this, because this is fucking cool. It's hard to really explain it if you can't see it, but place over the cap bottle, push down firmly, remove magnetic feature holds cap for easy disposal. I already have a beer open because I used it. I should have waited. But anyways, hope you're having a great day. I know I am. This episode is going to be a fun little short one. Or I don't know how long it's going to be, but I know it's not going to be super long. I have a buddy named Travis Brown. Shout out Travis. He owns a company called Poddex. Poddex is mainly driven towards podcasters, but I actually I've used it one or two times. Well, actually, all the times I've used it, it's been on podcasts. But what they are, they're different decks. You can buy like a physical deck of cards, or what I've done is I have the app, and it's very inexpensive. I think it's like $9.99 a month. It's very fun. It's really cool. There's different decks. Like there are some that are more dedicated to the podcasting world, and those are like called interview decks. You know, there's different ones like episode ideas, icebreakers, which I guess in turn you could always use those for anything. But there's a comedy bundle. There's a what the fuck one. There's a bunch. I think I have, let's see, all decks. Can I look up all decks? Let's see here. Let me open up the app real quick because I think I see more on the app. Yeah, there's like a whole section, like there's a deck of cards called Would You Rather, and there's 355 cards. There's another one, just for example, hypothetical questions. There's 168 cards. So, I mean, there's so many. I don't know how many ones, but another cool feature is you can create your own custom deck. I don't know if you can get them like as a hard copy, but I know that, and I've done it many times, you can kind of curate your own deck, which is what I've done today. I just kind of wanted to have fun with it. Crack a couple beers, have fun with it. I took some from different ones. I think I got maybe, how many questions do I got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, I'll try to elaborate a little bit, but like I said, it's going to be kind of a shorter episode. And you know what? What you can also do is if you, there'll be a little clip video for this on my Instagram. You can check it out. And if you want, you can comment what you think on some of these, or just in your head. And I mean, I urge you to get this pack because, or not this pack, but Poddex, you can go on their site, poddex.com, and you can buy a deck, and I think it'd be fun for a night with your buddies or your girlfriend. I think there was a relationship deck in there. Sounds scary, but I don't know. To each their own. Or just get the app. I don't know. It's fun. So let's actually I'm gonna take a sip of beer. Cheers to you guys. Thanks for tuning in. All right. First question. Let's go. So, would you rather snort wasabi or get a jalapeno seed stuck in your eye? Okay, well, both sound like they suck a lot. So, obviously, I chose these questions, but I did it last night after a few beers, kind of in like the hopes that maybe like I would forget. Not that I was like trying to black out, because I definitely, one, I didn't black out, but that wasn't the goal. I was kind of hoping like maybe in the midst of like cooking dinner and, having drinks and just hanging out, listening to music, that I would kind of forget what I chose. But, like they kind of, some of them stuck in my head. And I was kind of thinking, well, both of them definitely are going to suck. I'm kind of trying to weigh the decision based on like medically, like which one is going to fuck me up more. And that's the one I'm not going to choose. So like, I feel like I kind of want to go towards the snorting the wasabi. But when I think about it, because then your sinuses, I don't know if that's going to mess up with your sinuses. But then again, people snort cocaine and are pretty okay. I mean, I guess like a deviated septum, but then again, that's a hard drug. But wasabi, I don't know if that's going to mess with your sinuses. If anything, I don't know. Maybe it's like neti pot effect. You just start. Bleh, bleh. But the jalapeno seed stuck in your eye. Like, have you ever? I actually did this the other day. Like, I think it was maybe last weekend or the weekend before. I was doing something with jalapenos. It might have been jalapeno poppers. Anyways, I had cut them and I washed my hands, but not that great. And I think I might have had some like on the fingertip or something like that. And I kind of, not like my actual eye, but like with my pinky, like, when you wake up and you got the little crusties on your eye, I kind of just went like that. And then within like 5 seconds, I felt like my eye just get hot and it stung. Luckily, it went away like after like 5 minutes. But the seed, if you get the seed stuck in your eye, I think that might actually like something might happen, I would imagine. I definitely think it might hurt more than the wasabi. I don't know, because it's stuck in your eye. If we're going by like what this card says, would you rather snort wasabi or get a jalapeno seed stuck in your eye? So, okay, reading that and thinking of what I was just going to say is I'm definitely taking the snort wasabi because it's not just like they touch your eye with the jalapeno seed. And I might be being too like critical on this question, but it's stuck in your eye. Have you ever had anything stuck in your eye? Like, you get very, very lucky when the thing, whatever is in your eye, comes out like first 50 tries of you with your finger just fucking touching it. I don't know what that sound effect was, by the way. So yeah, I take the snorting the wasabi, and that's what I'm sticking to. You can always tell me what you think. Oh, I might have to make some jalapeno poppers later. Or I've always wanted to make homemade sushi. Get that little mat, the roller mat, do everything. But the only thing that scares me is dealing with the fish. I know I wouldn't go to like a normal like supermarket and get the fish. I would try and find like a more upscale spot. Something that like I can know for 100% like this is sushi grade meat, fish. Or I guess I could start with like a veggie roll or I don't know, something that I'm not gonna like screw myself up with. All right. If you chose the jalapeno seed stuck in your eye, you're a fucking weirdo. All right, next question. Would you rather be able to manipulate weather? Whoa, that was weird. I don't know if you heard that, but that was a weird sound coming from my throat. Okay, let's start over. Would you rather be able to manipulate weather or speak to the dead? I don't. I guess it just. I don't know. Me personally, I think I would choose to manipulate the weather. I think there would be a lot of things that could benefit from me manipulating the weather. Like fire season right now. Like it's today is a beautiful day. Earlier was a little bit, overcast, gloomy. It was sprinkling just a titbit. That's a new thing, titbit. Just a little titbit of rain. Last night it definitely poured a bit, which is great. Which I'm pretty sure that's why today is such a beautiful day, because all that smoke got cut out. Hopefully, any fires that were rolling are kaput. But that's the thing. I would be the one controlling. Who knows? Maybe there is someone out there that has the power of, controlling the weather. And don't think, Danny, it's the government. The government controls everything. Okay. I don't fucking care. How about that? Great. Just give me the weather we need and when I want it. And then I can do that. If the government wants to come to me and be like, hey, Danny, we need rain. I'd be like, great. Okay. Where? Got you. If it's bad and it's fires, I'll do it for like just being a good person to save people's homes, wildlife, nature, just be a good person with the weather. But hey, if they need some sort of other weather and I'm, ka-ching, ka-ching, and it's within my morals of, controlling the weather, sure. But yeah, the speaking to the dead thing, I know there might be some like crazy, like Halloween people out there and fucking weirdos that want to speak to the dead. I get it never turns out good. You see the horror movies, come on now. Like, I guess you could get a Ouija board, but then you're just fucked, I guess. I don't know. The whole speak to the dead thing is weird to me. There's no point. Like, if you miss someone, I can understand that. If it's a loved one who passed away or whatever, I could understand that. But wouldn't that be kind of like depressing a little bit? I don't know. I feel like things are done, closure. But if you keep talking, it's like, I don't know. It's a weird, sticky thing. But for the fun of the question, I definitely would choose to manipulate the weather. Yeah. Like, for example, like, for my birthday, they had the NHL had the outdoor games in Lake Tahoe, and they had to like delay like the first game until like later on that night because the ice started to get icy. It started to, the temperature was getting too hot and the ice was starting to melt and get slushy and all weird. And they had to postpone the game till luckily, that night. And then the next game was okay. But like that, I'd be like, Tahoe, get colder, you bitch. And then we'd be good. So yeah, manipulate the weather. That's what I choose. Next one, after I take a sip of beer. For any of you that are listening that like beer, I am rocking a Omission Brewing Co. IPA, bold and hoppy. It's always IPA. Real quick, I just need to find this screenshot real quick here. Obviously, I would imagine you guys would know everything nowadays has analytics. So I just want a quick shout out to, majority of the people that listen to my podcast are from the United States, but right here I'm seeing some people from Spain, the UK, Netherlands, and Germany. I'm sure there's a little bit more, but I just want to say shout out and thank you to everyone listening abroad. It's really fun when I look on there. Every view I love. Every time I see like where people are listening from, time zones, everything, like it's exciting. I get excited recording these, editing these, getting new guests, doing the artwork for it. But when I see people are listening and like especially that like my reach, Spain, like that's cool. UK, Germany, like all these places. I don't know. It's really cool. It brings a smile to my face. That was creepy. Next, oh wait, did I even take a sip of beer? Anyways, shout out to y'all. I love y'all. Even you, US homies. All right. Next one. Everyone always thinks they'd be a. Whoa, okay. It's obviously a longer one because I can't read all of a sudden. Everyone always thinks they'd be royalty if they were born in medieval times. What kind of peasant do you think you'd be if you were born in medieval times? So instead of, like, oh, I'd be royalty, I'd be the king. La 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 la. La 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 la. Come brush my feet, peasant. So, like, would you be the peasant that would be working in the castle? Like would a jester be I guess like a jester would be a peasant because you're working for the royalty people. But like, would you be like the scum of the earth peasant where you're like disgusting? I mean, I guess no matter what, you're probably somewhat filthy. So okay, we're all filthy. We need showers. We have dirt underneath our nails. Like, we don't look great. But are you going to be the one that like starts stealing shit and like eventually gets your hand chopped off for stealing, and then you like get syphilis and like start doing shady shit, like because you're just dumb, I guess. I don't know. Or I think what I think I'd be the peasant that works hard, finds a business, builds a cart or a crate on wheels, or I guess that'd be a crate or a cart. You know what I'm talking about. And I would find some way to make money. I don't know what I would sell, but I know I would like try and like acquire some sort of good or services for the more wealthy. But what would that be? I know that I would not be a piece of shit. Like, I'm not going to be a piece of shit peasant. I'll be a good law-abiding peasant. But what would I sell? I guess it just depends where we are, but like, maybe like some grains, or hey, like maybe I have hops for beer. Just an example. Very small things that like when you think about like if you're a king and you're drinking your wine from your chalice, you don't think a second about one, who made that chalice, where did the materials come to make the chalice, what's the name of the guy or the girl or probably the child who made the chalice? Don't know. And then who made the wine? How long did it take to make the wine? What kind of grapes? Where did the grapes come from? Who's the person that picked them? Who's the person that planted them? All the crazy ass shit that goes into making anything. That you don't think about that. I want to be that person who picked the wine. I want to be the one who put his lovely clean toes and feet into the grapes and mushed them together to make wine. Or selling the seeds or something. I don't know. I'm going way too far on this. I would be a good, upstanding peasant that would just try and sell whatever I could, making a living to support myself, wife, and kids, and die at the age of like 35. Because if we're a peasant, we're talking about medieval times, like 35 seems okay. So I don't know. I'd be a good peasant. I'd be a good peasant boy. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Well, this next question it brings back a memory and it puckers my butt. Let me grab this real quick. 1 second. Oh, shit. So hold on. So I recently bought new headphones because I needed to upgrade. This cable's fucking long as shit. I keep rolling over it. Luckily, they're not like, they're a good price, but they're not like break the bank. But they're good. They're great studio quality headphones. But the cable keeps going. But it allowed me to go reach that. The hottest thing I've ever eaten. 1 chip challenge. The chip. The Reaper shows no mercy. Yeah. That would probably be the hottest thing I did eat. And I did that with my brother. It's an episode of the podcast. I don't know what episode. I should have looked it up. Didn't really think to look at this beforehand. But yeah, the paqui. I feel like I've done every time I've talked about the one chip challenge. I keep saying like I feel like it's called paqui. Gua. I don't know what that was. Anyways, yeah, the one chip challenge. This was from last year. I think there's newer ones out now. And I feel like I've been seeing them at just like normal stores. I got this off the site. I bought 3 because, well, I have 2 other brothers, and the plan was to do it on the podcast and film it. One of them didn't do it. I don't know why. I forget. But my brother Nick and I did it, and it sucked. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, but it's the worst and the hottest thing I've ever had. If you're curious about it, it's fun. If you can handle spice and you don't like get sick. I mean, I didn't get an ulcer or anything. So let's see. The warning label on the back says, "Do not eat if you are sensitive to spicy foods, allergic to peppers, nightshades, or capsaicin, or are pregnant or have any medical conditions. Keep out of the reach of children. After touching the chip, wash your hands with soap and do not touch your eyes or other sensitive areas." So yeah, don't touch the chip and like touch your dick. So okay, I remember the night before my brother and I were going to do this. I wasn't really nervous because like it's a chip. It's a hot chip. I get it. And then right before going to bed, I like read this whole warning thing on the back. And the last sentence says, "Seek medical assistance should you experience difficulty breathing, fainting, or extended nausea." Well, fuck, dude. That sucks. That honestly, it took me a little bit longer to go to sleep that night because, and that whole morning, I was like kind of nervous because the plan was, I mean, we picked up all the things that we needed. We needed some milk. We got some Go-Gurts. What else did we get? Oh, some Gatorades. We got some Trulies. I think I got beer. We had Liquid Death Mountain Water. Shout out Liquid Death. Love you guys. We were prepped, but I was nervous because when I read that, I was like, seek medical assistance. And then I was worried about like, oh, ulcers. And dude, honestly, like I had no problems at all. Like I didn't like blow up the toilet, nothing. My brother, no, nothing. Like a lot of hiccups, like literal hiccups, not any like hiccups in the process or the plan or whatever, but like it was just a lot of sweating, spitting, and hiccups. And then also doing like hand gestures with your hands, I guess. Yeah. Like I rewatched the video and like there was a point in time where like I don't remember doing it, but like my hands just slowly started raising up. You know, like Ricky Bobby in the interview of like, was it Talladega Nights? I don't know what to do with my hands. And they're just like up, started raising up. Yeah. So the Pequi, yeah, 2020 one chip challenge. Carolina Reaper plus Sichuan Heat. Let's see here. Just real quick before I move into the next question. So the ingredients are blue corn, sunflower and safflower. Wow. Sunflower and safflower oil, Carolina Reaper pepper, scorpion chili pepper, sea salt, activated charcoal powder, chipotle pepper powder, Sichuan pepper extract. Yeah. And I have one left. Maybe I'll do it one time. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, this is the hottest thing I've eaten. And I love spicy food. I mean, wasabi. I mean, I don't know. I love spicy shit. It's delicious. So, yeah, next question. Okay. And this is going to be a quick one because there is no other answer and it's quick. If you could only ever eat one kind of cheese again, what would it be? Brie. Moving on. Okay, let's see here. If when you die, I need to start that over. You can tell when it's a longer one because reading just goes out the door. Okay. Quick drink of beer. Maybe that's why. Okay. If when you die, you could cease to exist or wander the earth forever, never being able to interact with anyone or anything, which would you choose? And also, I don't know why I added a word. It says never being able to interact with anything. Which would you choose? So I again, I think if you're like a Halloween horror movie, like just spooky ghoul person, like you're probably going to choose the wandering the earth forever because then you can just chill and fuck with people. I also feel like that might get really, really depressing and lonely because, you can probably argue with it. It's like, well, there's going to be other dead people that chose the same thing and you can hang out with them. But if you're going based off the question strictly, never being able to interact with anything. So I'm guessing that's alive or dead. So you're going to just be a ghost by yourself, one lonely bitch ass ghost. So I think I would choose just, which is not something I believe in, but whatever. That's besides the point. I think I would choose like the cease to exist because I feel like being on Earth forever and not being able to like interact with anything. Like I said, I think that would be very lonely. At first, it would be fun. I don't know how long, like maybe for a year or a century or I don't know, 100 years, 1,000 years. But then it's like, fuck, dude, it's going to get boring and lonely. And then what are you going to do? Can you kill it? You can't like kill yourself. You're dead. And this question is serious. Okay. So I don't know. You could, like I said before, you can always hit me up on Instagram when I post this video of what you would choose. But I think I would cease to exist because, I mean, for a lot of people already, they believe that once you're dead, you're in the earth and you're worm food. That's it. I mean, I have different viewpoint on that, heaven, all that fun stuff. So I don't know. Let me know what you think. And I believe we're on to the last question. Dude, I wish I could sing. Okay, so if you could speak two other languages, if you could speak two, this isn't even a long one. If you could speak two other languages fluently, what languages would you like to speak? Well, okay, I actually do want to learn another language. I'm not sure which one it is. And I should just get on that and stop being a little bitch about it. But I think the two that I would choose would be French and like Russian or something like that. One language I think, well, to me, I think French is beautiful. The way it sounds, I love it. You watch a movie and there's this French girl. Oh, so hot. You're so sexy. I was gonna try and do like a accent, but no. Mm-mm. And then so I think it's a beautiful, beautiful language. That's just me, and especially when you are speaking English and you have that accent. I think it's beautiful. I love it a lot. And then the other one is on the other side of the spectrum, like Russian. It's just aggressive, and anything you say just sounds like you're saying, I'm going to kill you and eat your babies. That's what it sounds like. Not that that's what I want to come across. Like I'm going to kill you and eat your babies. That's not what I want to do. And I wouldn't ever do that. But imagine like ordering something in Russian like in anywhere where they speak English and they're not, familiar with anyone who is one Russian and two that speaks it fluently. And then you just bust out some crazy, like just Russian with a blank expression on your face. And you're just ordering like a Big Mac from McDonald's. And the person calls the cops because they think that you just threatened to kill them and eat their child. It's crazy. I don't know. It's just a fascinating language, especially with German too. Like it's just, I don't know. When I went to Germany, and I was hearing people talk, it was very fascinated. I was very fascinated with how they speak. And I'm sure it's kind of the same, with Russian. It's got that same weird aggressiveness. I don't know. It's strange. But yeah, it's basically two on the completely other side of the spectrum. Beautiful, sexy language. And then one that's aggro. Huh. And that's the last question. I should have done more. This is fun. But, oh shit. I mean, I went longer than I was expecting to. So yeah, that's kind of it. Make sure to check out Pod Decks. It's fun. I mean, like what I just did. Imagine doing this with like your buddies or girlfriend, whatever. It's fun. It's kind of like the Cards Against Humanity. You just sit down and like if you have something you already made or you go through a certain topic and you can just have fun. I just had fun literally. I mean, I know I'm talking with you all, but I'm sitting in my, office podcast studio alone with lights and a camera in front of me and like a couple beers. And I had fun just talking about it because it makes you think, So yeah, make sure to check out them, poddecks.com. It's not a sponsor, just Travis's, good buddy of mine. And I thought it would be a fun episode. And if you want to listen to his episode that we did together, it is on my podcast, episode 128, Travis Brown. Check that out. And then just before I go, make sure to check out the merch store. I think it's just the Danny Podcast, I think. I don't know. I will have the link in the show notes. And then for these questions, if you want to kind of interact with me, there will be a video on my Instagram where you can kind of hit me up and be like, hey, for this question, this is what I think. This is what I would do. I would totally take the jalapeno seed in my eyeball forever and ever and ever. So yeah, thanks again for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe, rate that shit, leave a review. And yeah, have a great day. And I will see y'all. Well, I won't see you, but you know what I mean. All right, take care.
The Daily Podcast. The Daily Podcast.